They hated me, they abused me, and everyone laughed. They said Perez is just an old cranky loser, and everyone abused them. But I stood firm. I said, no, the Super League is the necessary evolution. But everyone was like, oh no, UEFA have saved football. UEFA saved the fans. UEFA stood firm and saved the fans. Do you know what court is? Do you know what law is? Do you know what habitant is? Do you know what that means? There's a thing called right and wrong. They were right. The Super League was legal. And what UEFA did was wrong. Let's get in on it, bro. Guys, it's real. They were in the wrong. UEFA were in the wrong. UEFA did not have any legal case to prosecute Real Madrid, Barcelona, and all the teams that went through. And we all laughed. Everyone laughed. Oh, look at Real Madrid, Juve, so oh my God, what are you guys doing? We all laughed at them. Because there's a thing called a court. Because you see, as human beings, we can't be bricks. I understand we can be bricks. We're destroying the ozone layer, global warming, wars, racism, sexism, pedophilia, all this crazy stuff. But one thing you've got to give human beings, human beings can say what's up with regards to laws. Because without laws, we'll be living in anarchy. So laws is what makes us a coherent society. And I want to just read it, guys. Let's read a little statement. So let's read. Because see, reading is good. Reading is good. Reading is good. Okay, reading is real good. So this is from Real Madrid's website. FC Barcelona, Juventus, and Real Madrid CF welcome today's court's decision enforcing with immediate effect. Key. See, I want to get with immediate effect UEFA's obligation to unwind the actions taken against all European Super League founding clubs, including terminating the disciplinary proceedings against the undersigning 3 clubs and removing the penalties and restrictions imposed on the remaining 9 founding clubs for them to avoid UEFA's disciplinary action. Remember, so the clubs that left, are left, they got fined, and obviously, people say, "Oh no, we're going to think about the punishments we're going to go and have against them." So what this court ruling says that all those punishments that either you put towards them or you threaten them with, boom, illegal. They're not right. Unconstitutional. And any kind of sanctions that they had upon Real Madrid, Juve, and Barcelona, the court says no way. Let's read on. Let's read on. The court backs the request made by the promoters of the European Super League, dismisses UEFA's appeal, and confirms its warning to UEFA that failure to comply with its ruling shall result in fines and potential criminal liability. I want to read that again. The court backs the request made by the promoters of the European Super League, dismisses UEFA's appeal. Because remember, UEFA made an appeal that said, hey, look, what the hell is happening? The court said no, it dismisses UEFA's appeal and confirms its warning to UEFA that failure to comply with its ruling, the court's ruling, shall result in fines and potential criminal liability. So if UEFA did not comply with this court decision that says back the heck off, you shall result in potential criminal liability, and UEFA themselves could be fined. The case will be assessed by the European Court of Justice in Luxembourg, which shall review UEFA's monopolistic position over European football. Oh, no, that. Monopolistic. Monopoly, which means that it's us and everyone else. Guys, this is right. You know, I think, you know what? This is right. Let's read on. Just make sure that everything's all cool. So we have the duty to address the very serious issues facing football. UEFA has established itself as the sole regulator, exclusive operator, and unique owner of rights of European football competitions. This monopolistic position in conflict of interest is damaging football and its competitive balance. As shown by ample evidence, financial controls are inadequate and they have been improperly enforced. This is what I was, during the whole thing, this was what I was all about. Financial controls are inadequate and have been and they have been improperly enforced. Clubs participating in European competitions have the right to govern their own competitions. This is the guys, is what it is. Guys, we live in a capitalistic society, and in the world, I want to have control and an agency of what I provide. If I provide sign, if I have talents of sign, I want to have ownership of that. And any money generated of my existence, of what I have, I want that trader. And I want to control the trader that operates. Someone who isn't the reason why we say, what's up, they shouldn't be getting the lion's share. UEFA, you're not Real Madrid. You're not Barcelona. You're not Man City. You're not Chelsea. You're not Bayern Munich. You're not those dudes. Guys, it's real. Clubs participating in European competitions have the right to govern their own competitions. We are pleased that going forward, we will no longer be subject to ongoing UEFA's threats. Woo-wee! I want to read that again. As guys, man, this is look, they're throwing haymakers here. We are pleased that going forward, we will no longer be subject to ongoing UEFA's threats, which means that these guys know that the law is on their side. See, when when the law is on your side, you operate a little different, man. Like, you go a little lot. So that's what you do that little shoulder movement, because if the law's on your side, you walk you walk straight. So, okay, just but when the law's on your side, you just like the shoulder, you have like that shoulder move, you're like, oh, what am I? Like, yo, what up? You're like, like that, what up? So they've got the shoulder movement, they've got the swag. They've got the swag. So these guys, we've got the law in our hands, we can, do like that, do like that. So it's very important to have the law on your side. It's very important. Our aim is to keep developing the Super League projects in a constructive and cooperative. Man, this statement is huge. I love this statement because I told you the Super League, it did some things, but the thing here is to keep developing the Super League projects in a constructive and cooperative manner, always counting on all football stakeholders, fans, players, coaches, clubs, leagues, and national and international associations. We are aware that there are elements of our man. You know what? This statement is money, man. It covers everything. We are aware that there are elements of a proposal that should be reviewed and, of course, can be improved through dialogue and consensus. We remain confident in the success of a project that will be always compliant with European Union laws. Guys, that's what you call a statement. Covered everything. The court is on our side. UEFA's threats are meaningless. Expose UEFA for the monopolistic, greedy dudes that there are and the dictates that there are, and realize the mistakes that we've made. Realize that we can do better, that we can improve, and we can package this better, and there should be better communication and dialogue. Perfect. Perfection. Guys, the Super League is happening. It's happening. The way it was rolled out could have been thought better, could have been refined, but it's happening. Guys, you have to think about this logically speaking. Football is the number one sport in the world. The amount of viewership Champions League games gets dwarfs any sport on the planet. So knowing that, if you're smart, you should be able to monetize that in a way that there is no chance in hell a Real Madrid, Barcelona, but there's no chance in hell that any of these big clubs should ever suffer financially. Never. There should never be a case where, oh my, we can't, because the amount of money you should be generating from you governing yourselves and properly creating a package where you govern yourselves and so forth, you should never, ever be in a financial situation where you're suffering because there is too much money to be made in the biggest sport in the world and the most viewed sport in the world that house the most followed sports stars in the world. Have you seen Cristiano's Instagram followers? Have you seen Messi's Instagram followers? Have you seen Neymar's Instagram followers? Have you seen Mbappe's, Pogba's? So, come on, what are we saying here? What are we saying here? These clubs should have ownership on agency of the money that they generate based off their existence. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk Saturday. We're gonna talk Saturday. We're gonna talk Saturday about this, mate. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about this on Saturday because I can't wait. I cannot wait to hear what people say about this. But as a statement, that's a huge statement. That's a huge statement that really covers every potential basis. So, guys, man. Perez, man, insult him all you want, abuse him all you want. At the end of the freaking day, after everything was said, the law was on their side. And when the law is on your side, what can be said? The plot thickens, bro.